Zoya. Welcome back to another review. And today's review, I'm going to be finally reviewing the Super 7 Godzilla minus one, Godzilla minus one Charging version. So this is the box. Very nice box. It's pretty much what is my first Super 7 figure I got. And I did not get the original or the minus cover version. So I got the Charging version. So this is the box. Pretty nice, as I just said. This is Godzilla minus one charging version. It's just charging right there. Get a nice promo shot of get a nice image of Godzilla. I think that's from the minus color post for the poster on minus color, and they just used it to they obviously added blue spikes to represent the charging. So this is the front, obviously. The side continuing of the box. The other side shows Godzilla G for Godzilla. The side. Oh gosh, that glare. Okay. There's the side, Godzilla minus one. And the top. Very nice. And the bottom with Bigger Mambo Jumbo. I'll put that off to the side. And here is Godzilla charging version. So this is as I just said, my first Super 7 Godzilla figure I've ever gotten, and I lost track how many minus one figures I have now, but yes, I wanted to get this because I do like, I just wanted to get it, so there's that. So here we have the Super 7 Godzilla minus one charging version, and let me just say, this guy looks absolutely amazing. From the reviews, from the promotion images I saw, and this is actually glow in the dark. We'll get to that later. But first, we're gonna do a 360. Well, not very 360. Blah. Not really a 360, but this is how I do it in my other reviews. So yes, this is the obviously Godzilla minus one charging version. I really like how the spikes look because he's charging to fire his atomic breath, with aka atomic bomb breath. But yes, so yeah, so obviously this guy's tail was off in the box. What you have to do is heat the the rubber that's where we connect the tail. And what I found out from it didn't come with an instruction, so I had to look them up. What I found out is that what you can do is turn the tail like this and pop it in there, and just have to twist it around to make it stay. What? Of course, me being an idiot, I pretty much had to force it in until I found out you can actually put the tail put the tail like this and just twist it like this. I didn't find that out until a few seconds after I unboxed this guy, and now the tail is fully snugged. Fully snug in, it's not gonna pop off. So thank God, because I definitely don't want this guy taking a shelf dive because it'll ruin the spikes. And yes, one of the spikes on my copy is a little bent, so that's very not an issue. It's pretty much a thing going on with these figures, and some of my figures I've gotten in the past that do have come with the spikes bent, which is not a big deal. You just have to blow a hair dryer and put it back into place. So not a big deal. But yeah, I think the sculpt looks pretty good. I have to say, I didn't see any issues with mine. I know some have had issues with, I think with this Godzilla. I think but I'm not entirely sure. I haven't watched many reviews on this guy, actually. But, Eni, who is OB, yes. Before I continue, this guy comes with two heads, so this is the head that comes default. And you get a separate head, which is the closed mouth head, my bad. And I think on mine, it looks slightly dirt-bite a little bit, but it's not too bad. Hope you guys can see that, but it's a little dirt-bite right there. No. And the head that comes with it is the open mouth head. And I think mine's a little cross-eyed a little bit. It's hard to tell because, well, I put it close to the camera as best as I could. The head kind of looks a little crooked. Oh, maybe that's supposed to have this. I don't know. But anyways, I think the paint. It looks. I think when looking at it from in person, it kind of looks a little glossy. Like they kind of added some gloss paint to it or something. I don't know, but it looks a little bit glossy, as I just said. So I think it looks kind of like a watercolor a little bit or something. I don't know, but that could be That could be the same thing for the original and minus color, which I don't have those two figures, but I do have this guy. So before I continue any further, this guy's spikes glows in the dark, and I'll show that in a little bit. But anyways, I think the paint overall looks pretty fine. The paint on the spikes, which is glow in the dark paint when you use a black light, which I have right here. I'll show you guys in a minute. But yes, I think the paint on the spikes looks great. As you can obviously tell that the spikes are popped out because obviously in Godzilla -1, his spikes pop out when he's charging up. And I think all the spikes are like that. See if I can, yeah, they're all like that, as you can tell right there, hopefully. And this guy does not come with atomic breath, which is kind of a bummer, but I think I've heard that. I think Toho doesn't allow like this Godzilla to have a beam when he's charging up. And I think they've already like have a beam when his spikes are down. I don't know. It doesn't really make any sense, but it is what it is. But either way, so anyways, moving on to articulation. Articulation on mine is a little bit stiff, and it's not too bad. But you can get the tail to curl up. I'm not definitely not in the where you insert the tail, so nothing there. You can do it from here, and it goes to here. Doesn't go up all the way. It just goes up to like about that much. You can just put it down if you wanted to. The waist or the waist can go like that. It can go outside. It can go like this, and all the way to like this. Now, I a little bit caution. I would be careful with when you're moving the torso. That it can like you can kind of hear it right there. It's kind of little grinding on the like over here where the paint is, and already on mine I could see some scratching of the paint. So I would be very careful with that, and so you don't wreck the paint even more. And the head is on a ball joint right there, 360 right there. The head can go like that, and a little bit side to side. Same thing goes with the This area, I would be careful as well as not scratch the paint even more, because there is some paint, as you can maybe see right right here. It's kind of, the paint's kind of coming off from me using the neck piece too much, so oh well. I'll be careful with that as well. The head can look pretty much up pretty much up there. He can also look down as well, so pretty nice. The arms on a hinge. Well, over here you can put on a hinge, and ooh. Anywho, okay, so I would be careful with the arm part. Like when you use the arms, it goes into the sculpt a little bit. So I would be very careful with that. And you probably, that pop might have been a piece of the figure that might have chipped off. My mistake. So I would just be careful on that as well. It's a little broke, yeah. As you can see right here, it's my mistake, but I don't know if ew, gotta watch the spikes so I don't poke myself in the eye. I think right there. Oh, jeez, something snapped off right there. So I will be careful with that as well. But anyways, you move the arms of 360 without doing that part, obviously. Same with the other one. The the arms can go like this, and the arms or the hands can go up and down. Same with the other one. Ow! I will be careful because the claws might dig into you. Like that. Uh, a swivel, I think, right there. And last but not least, we have the legs. They can a decent kick right there. Ow. Same, can go like this. Same thing goes for the other leg as well. Now, here's the fun part. Since this guy is called Trojan, the spikes will glow in the dark, and which is why I have this black light right here. So I'm gonna go turn off the lights, and we'll see how he looks in the dark. So be right back. Alright, now that we got the lights off, we're gonna see how he looks with a black light. As you can probably see right there, when you point a black light to it, it will, might have to do that a few times, but yes, it glows in the dark when you point a black light at it, which is cool. I don't know if it will show it on camera. Maybe. It probably might not. It may or may not. But I don't think it shows it on camera, but in real life, the paint on the body, I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. You may have or might not. But trying to do this easily. But I don't know if you guys can really see it that well. But when you point a light at it, there's the paint. The paint on the body you can see. Well, you might be able to see it. I don't know. But it does have a black light effect. Might not show it here. But yes, you can. The paint can glow. Well, not glow like the spikes do, but the paint kind of glows on the body, which you guys probably can't really see. I do apologize for that. Well, you might be able to see it. Well, I don't know if you can see, but the paint is a little black. The paint, you can see the paint a little bit. I don't know if you might show it on here. Might not, but oh well. And I think the same thing goes for the extra head. I don't think it shows it on camera. Dang it. Oh well. So yeah, that's the same thing for the. Does the same thing for the head. So the extra head. So I'm gonna turn the lights on to give my final thoughts. Alright, so my final thoughts. This is a good figure, and definitely worth the $84 I spent on this guy. So I think it was. I think it's a pretty good figure. The thing I will say that's a bummer on this is that I wish the mouth that you can have just one head and the jaw can open and close, which I forgot to mention that. So I kind of wish you got a normal, same head but with a jaw hinge or whatever. You can close the mouth. So I think that would be very cool. Kind of wish I did it here, but oh well. It is what it is. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the slideshow at the end before the outro, and it shows what this guy's spikes look like in the dark. Which, FYI, when I took a picture when I used my phone, it kind of made it a little bit brighter. So my bad. But yes, it's a little bit brighter. So, anyways, so I hope you guys enjoy this review. As always, this is Ashes Zora, 1954, signing off.